Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. One of our fans here has sent me a very interesting video. A video I want us to have a look at here, for it's going to form the basis of our analysis and discussion right now.
Participation of people is central, and the justice that
Participation of people is very central.
Koome, saizi ndio umepata mdomo ya kuongea ukweli. Saa zile sisi tunafinyika hapa, unga imefika 300, sukari 400 na mafuta ya kupika 700, ndio unaongea.
Participation of people is very central.
Tuache na amani, we are waiting for baba to say something so that we can act. Na bado kitunguu ya hegi inaendelea kunuka.
Participation of people is very central.
Kana ukalala huko. Tunaumia, ndio saizi ndio unajua participation yetu ni muhimu.
Participation of people is very central.
Yes. Thus coming at the backdrop of a new evidence from an inside source within IBC that indicates Raila Odinga won the 2022 August presidential election with a very big margin. It's coming at the backdrop of that. What does that mean politically? Before answering that question, if you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Yes. The first thing coming out clearly from that clip, Kenyans are still bitter and very angry with the Supreme Court and the 7 judges over the verdict they gave on the presidential petition of 2022. Kenyans are still bitter. They feel that the 7 Supreme Court judges let them down. They were not wise enough to unearth the truth from that election. That's one thing coming out very clearly. And then secondly, I'm seeing Kenyans, any failure by William Ruto's government, Kenyans blame Ruto's government, and they equally blame the judiciary, the Supreme Court. They see that the sufferings they are going through, it's the Supreme Court who brought the sufferings upon them. So any failure by William Ruto's government, the blame equally goes to Martha Koome and her bench. And that's not all that good for Martha Koome and her bench, because all these are curses. Kenyans are cursing her and the 7 judges because they brought this suffering upon Kenyans, or rather on Kenyans. So as William Ruto's government fails, Martha Koome and her bench are equally being blamed. Something also coming out very clearly, a good majority of Kenyans still love and trust Raila Odinga. And they still believe that if given a chance, Raila can still turn things around for the better. That's what I'm also reading from that short clip. Kenyans still love Raila Odinga and they still see him as their savior. And that only goes on to confirm that William Ruto might be a very unpopular president. He might be unpopular because he's not delivering on his promises to Kenyans, or he's a president who was just imposed on Kenyans. Kenyans never elected them, or rather Kenyans never elected him. He was just imposed on Kenyans. So irrespective of what he does, Kenyans don't trust him. They just hate him. Whether he does what, they just hate him. That's also something coming out very, very clearly. And also from that short clip, now that it's coming at a time new evidence is emerging that Raila won the election, and also coming at a time we are seeing Chebukati, Gulie, and Boyamulum have already left office. I know some Kenyans are equally demanding for Martha Koome and her team to also quit office. Koome and her bench should go home with Chebukati, Gulie, and Boyamulum. That's also, I know, something some Kenyans might be looking forward to. And I won't be wrong that upon Raila Odinga landing back into the country, we might see Raila Odinga, who will most likely push for the removal of the 7 Supreme Court justices, because it's very clear that the court is coming out as the biggest impediment to any progress in the country. In that, as I talk right now, a perception has already been created that the court has already been captured by the state. It's no longer an independent court. It's actually the court that is watering impunity. The government of the day is actually using the Supreme Court to muzzle other lower courts. So is the apex court that is watering the government's impunity. And I'm seeing a very high possibility where upon Raila landing and as things thicken, we might see Raila Odinga and his team calling for the removal of the 7 Supreme Court judges, because clearly they are not enjoying the support of a good majority of Kenyans. A good majority feels that the court is compromised and the court has been captured by the state. And the court is equally not serving its intended purpose. Or rather, the court is not serving the reason why it was created. It was mainly to address issues on the presidential petitions. But from the verdict they gave, it's clear that Kenyans no longer trust the court. That's also something I'm seeing coming out very, very clearly. As I conclude, it's only good that Martha Koome and her bench should also listen to Kenyans. Kenya is not just the mountain and Kalenjin Rift Valley. Listening to Martha Koome speak sometimes, you might be tempted to believe that Kenya is just the mountain and Kalenjin Rift Valley. Kome's mentality somehow resembles Rigathi Gachagua's mentality. And I'm saying that because sometimes back, Martha Koome was speaking in Meru, and she shocked very many Kenyans when she said that they got a revelation from above, rather from some forces. And the revelation is what enabled them come with the verdict they did give. So according to Martha Koome, their verdict was not even based on evidence, but based purely on some revelation they got from some quarters. You can see clearly that that kind of a mentality is the same mentality with William Ruto and his team, and even the mentality we saw at Bomas, where they use God or some supernatural powers to justify their injustice on others. You rig an election and then you say it's God. You oppress the poor and then you say it's God. That's a similar mentality to what we are seeing in Kenya Kwanza Alliance. And also Martha Koome made those remarks in Meru, and maybe according to her, she felt that that verdict was good for the country because it was good for the people of Meru, which is very far from the truth. Kenya is beyond the mountain and beyond Kalenjin Rift Valley. There are over 43 tribes in Kenya. Kenya is beyond these two regions. And that's why I strongly believe that Martha Koome and her bench, the best thing they should do is maybe to resign. And this is something I've been calling upon Martha Koome and her bench immediately after they made that kind of a ruling. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. If you want to support our forum here, I've pinned my number on the comment section. Contact me through the number or feel free to channel your support to the number. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.